Oh, wait. Hold on. Does this cost money? How much? Oh, is that? Oh, that's arena tickets. I'm not gonna do that. How do I get in there? What do I pay? Oh, pay. I'm searching my brain for some type of you have to be level 7 in leagues to unlock the calzone, but it's not complete yet. I believe in you. Mm. You all gonna take some of my calzone? I think I have high enough agility, I'm not gonna die here. Um, I lost my job this week, so, that's why I'm maximizing free food. Though I always maximize free food. Your girl loves a free thing. I tagged it, right? I was an assistant at a talent agency, so I, like, worked with actors, and I honestly, like, really hated it, so it's for the best. Very long hours, low pay. Everyone's just kind of mean for, like, no reason. I honestly don't have, like, very intense aspirations. I kind of just, like, want to get a job that lets me live my life. Um, so I was already applying and interviewing when I was fired. Like, I had three interviews the week before I got got laid off. So, but I'm applying for a lot of, like, administrative assistant type things, because I just want to go to work, do some silly little tasks all day, and then go home in a reasonable hour and play RuneScape. The dream is to wake up and pet my dog and then go get a bagel, then bring my dog to the park, then go home and sleep. Yeah. Well, I don't have a dog, but I can go past this, right? Yeah, I can. Um, but I won't be sad the day I get fired. I got written up Friday. The funny thing is, I actually, like, on the day I got fired, when all of, like, our bosses were in this meeting, I went on this really long rant about how the company didn't care about us and things like that. Um, to one of my coworkers. And then they showed me that they didn't care by firing me right before Christmas after I'd been there for like 3.5 years. People were crying when I left. I was like, but it's fine. I didn't want to work there, and honestly, like, this past week, like, since the firing happened, it's been like an insane weight lifted off my mind. All of my anxiety and stress just gone. Which I should be anxious and stressed right now, actually. But it just, like, I had so much stress from work that that being unemployed is less stressful. Um I also no. Whoa! Whoa, do they always do that? That was pretty sick. Um Also, I did kind of there was like a point in time I like hoped they'd fire me. Because I feel like you don't apply as hardcore when you're at a job, or at least I don't. I was like, oh, I don't need to apply that hardcore. Like, I'm employed. I'm a fucking nerd calling first every single time. But yeah, we'll all find something better. I'm just waiting for Jagex to see how good I am at the game and just hire me to play RuneScape for the rest of my life. Mm. Calzone's pretty good. Oh. Am I getting any reasonable amount of agility experience here? Hmm. Yeah, I'll move to the northwest and dog sit for you. The thing is, like, part of me is like, maybe I should move because I live in New York City, so it's like super high cost of living. But I don't know how to drive a car, so it kind of limits the places I could live. Oh wait, no, I did that one. Um, oh wait, it's not that one, it's this one. Whoa. This guy is calling first every single time he's first, like we don't get a notification. Um, Honestly, I should, well, I don't know, there are a bajillion dog sitters in New York. I'm not gonna try and
completed.
throw my hat into that ring, especially since I've never actually watched a dog. But I'm trying to like bring back all my little side hustles from when I was unemployed during the pandemic, because like the whole entertainment system like or industry was like super shut down during the pandemic. Um, so I didn't work then, and I did a lot of like reselling stuff. Actually, I did more reselling stuff online when I was employed than when I was unemployed. Um, but I did a lot of like product testing, and like paid focus groups, which was actually really fun. I there were a couple times I was like paid to test alcohol. So I'd like go into some office building at like 11 a.m. in Midtown. I'd drink a bunch of hard seltzies on an empty stomach because I forgot to eat before. And then they'd give me $50. um, I was planning on going to New York to visit a girl I took on a date last week. Want to go to this D&D restaurant place. D&D restaurant place? What's a D&D restaurant? I've been to like the board game. There's a board game bar. Um, um, that I've been to, and I did a D&D campaign there, but then I realized that I don't think D&D is for me. I'm like, there's some sort of like mental block in my soul that prevents me. There's like a physical block in my being that prevents me from role playing. Um, I just can't do it. Uh, but I did like a 2-day course. Wait, when are you coming? Like, just in the general future? Mm, 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 mm. I don't really have anything else going on, so. Mm, 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 mm. Though I have Shrek Rave next weekend, so I'm super excited for that. I want to get first. Okay, this doesn't actually seem like a really efficient way for me to be getting agility experience. In January. We'll see, we'll see how, my job search looks in January. Oh. Was I first? No. Never me. Mm-mm. I don't know, I think I could get the pirate hook. I'm gonna be visiting my parents, for part of January. And given I'm unemployed, who knows, I might extend my stay. Um, because my mom really wants me to be down there. I bought, like, really expensive flights to go to Miami. Um, because I was waiting for my, or because it, like, that's what fit with my my work schedule. And now it's all for nothing. Um, and then I'm gonna miss, I mean, it's actually, this is not a valid complaint. Um, I was gonna say that I was gonna miss New Year's with my friends, but, like, I haven't really had any good New Year's spent with my friends. Last year I was, like, bedridden on New Year's from a previous night out, so I didn't do anything at all. I partied a little too hard. Wait, did I got mine, right? Yeah. Um, and then trying to think. Party hardy for real. I went to go see Hugel, who was my top artist, I think, on Spotify that year. Um, he does he does like Latin house. Go. I'm trying to think. The year before, what did I even do the year before? I like don't really do things on New Year's. One year, I got too drunk during the day and I was hungover before the clock struck midnight, so that was embarrassing. One year I went to I haven't really had a good New Year's. Wait, did I get that one? I don't even know what I'm doing. Dating sucks so bad over here in Idaho that I met a girl online who is a family friend and I'm trying to see if she will date long distance from New York. That's rough. Dating's awful here too. Um, I went on a second date, with a guy like last week. Not last week, I was dead last week. We're not dating. We're not dating. I'm not dating Rodari. He's talking about a different girly. Um, but I went on a second date with this guy, and he hit me very early on in the date. Oh, I am dating generally. He he hit me with like really early on in the date. He goes, "Would you say you're a psychopath or a sociopath?" And I was like, I was like, I don't think I'm either a psychopath or a sociopath. And he was like, why can you say that with such certainty? And I was like, I mean, like, I empathize with other people. Like, I cry at TV shows and stuff like that. And, um, And he was like, okay, but like, give me an example. And I was like, okay, so recently there's this show I watched, and they had this episode that showed this like flashback of this woman who like owed money. She owed money to the mob, and she like prostituted herself out to like save money up to pay the mob back. And she had a young daughter, and she loved her daughter and was a really great mom and everything. And she one day saw a dress, and I know, she saw a dress that she wanted for her daughter, and she took money out of the envelope for the mob to buy the dress for her daughter. And then the mob came and they like beat her up and took her daughter, and I was like full waterworks, you know? And this guy looks at me and he goes, well, if you were in their situation, you would do the same thing. And I was like, honestly, I shouldn't have gone on a second date with him. That was like actually my bad. On the first date, he told me, unironically, that he craved power. He was like many people crave, like money or material things or women, but I crave power. And I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to go on a second date with this guy. I make a lot of bad decisions. Okay, but so then on this second date, when he asks the psychopath, when he's like, if you were in their position, you'd do the same thing. I was like, you know, I don't think I'd ever be in that situation, so I can't say. And he was like, no, but you would do the same thing. Not hot enough. Not hot enough, I'll tell you that. But like very fit, but not hot enough for that. But then he starts like really pushing me to admit that under certain situations I would hurt or kill another person. He's like, okay, so if Ryuk, the death god from Death Note, came down and told you that you had to be a violent, you had to be, like, this is what he said, you had to be like a loan shark, and you had to get that money back, or you would die. You would do that to another person. I was like, no, I don't think I would. And then he's like, okay, you're on an island with another person, and you run out of food. Like, are you gonna hurt? Or are you gonna do the other person? I was like, honestly, like, they're gonna eat me. Like, they're gonna eat me. I'm not gonna be the one eating them. And he's like, what if the other person's a child? Are you gonna take care of the child? And I was like, yeah, I was gonna do my best to take care of the child. And he's like, no, you would eat the child. And I'm like, no, I would not. And it's like, it was, and then like, later in the evening, it got even worse. This is actually the most insane thing. There are some details that I don't think are, like, maybe appropriate to mention on stream. But he then, like, starts texting his, like, he's, like, texting his friends and his dad a lot, because his, like, friends are, like, helping his dad out with a business deal in Korea. And he's like, yeah, so I sent... 1.5... I'm not doing 1.5 hours of this. But, he's like, I sent my tall friends, one of whom is white, and the other one's Korean, who are, like, big and strong, to help my dad with this business deal, which is, like, some people owe him money, and I'm sending my muscular friends to, like, show that we can hurt them if needed, and that with this white guy, we have, like, illegal immigrants who can hurt their family and flee the country. And I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Are you telling me you're, like, am I gonna get swatted? Am I gonna get swatted? What the fuck? You're conducting, like, international crime from my apartment? Because this was in my apartment. He was in my home asking me these fucking questions. Um um and he like yeah, I didn't realize he was I thought he was like weird Sigma male crazy, not conducting international crime. I literally asked him, I was like, am I gonna get swatted? Like, and he got excited by that question, and he was like, oh, that would be really good, because that would mean I'm dealing with a lot of money. And I was like, and then, like, at some point I was trying to turn the conversation away from, like, his fucking weird crime talk. And I was like, oh, do you, like, ever go visit your family in Korea? And he was like, I can't go back because I committed a crime. And I was like, oh, sick. Sick. What fucking crime did you commit? After he's tried, like, oh, God. And it was just so bad. And then, like, he asks me again at some point if I think I'm a psychopath or sociopath. And I'm like, why do you need to keep asking me this question? I think you need to ask yourself that question. Oh my god. And it was literally, he was here for like 4 hours just grilling me on like random shit. And I was like, I just want to play RuneScape. I think at some point, well, so he was texting, I mean, he was actually texting me today, and I'm like, bro, not a fucking chance, buddy. But, I'm not gonna see him again after that. Well, actually, there's this can I have technically seen him since then. Um, so at some point though, he's like texting a lot, and he's like, "Oh yeah, my friends are saying this business deal isn't going well." So I texted them, just kill them, with like a smiley face emoji. And I'm like, I don't know if this guy is serious. Like, is he ordering hits from my couch? He's also sitting at like, I have an L-shaped couch, and he's sitting like as far as possible away from me on the couch. Like, I think he just wanted a place to sit. Oh, I don't think he actually wanted to go on a date. But, uh, then finally, the business deal concludes. Apparently, it's fine. And his, like, dad calls him, and so he's on the phone with his dad for, like, 20 minutes. And then he ends that call. And then he, like, we talk a little more, and then he gets another call from his friend, and I'm like, have you told them you're, like, in a girl's apartment right now? And he's like, it doesn't matter that I'm in a girl's apartment. And he picks up the call and talks to this guy for like 30 or 40 minutes, like a really long call. And I'm just scrolling through TikTok reel. Part of me wanted to just get up, sit here, and like play RuneScape and just leave him on my couch. But I wanted to like keep him where I could see him. So I I opted not to do that. But he kept on like looking over at me, and I was like, I don't understand what you're talking about. You're not talking English. And then he one time I held the eye contact for like long enough, and he was like, "Do you have something to say?" And I was like, "No, you just keep looking at me. Like when you're on the phone in my you're the one who's doing weird shit right now. Don't ask him. Like, shut up." Then he ends the phone call, and he starts talking about some like QAnon type shit. Look up the 20-sided tavern in NY. Well, I don't want a third wheel with you and this girl you're dating. But I think I've actually heard of this. Oh, okay, I would not be third wheel. I was like, I don't. Uh, oh yeah, I've heard about this actually. I didn't realize it was like dinner theater. Or well, it's not really the wait, is it dinner or is it or like drink or is it just a show? Oh shit. But yeah, so he was saying some, like, QAnon shit, talking to me about fighting people, and eventually he left. But then, oh no, I didn't want to go back this way! I'm gonna miss that one. Um, but then, so the day I got fired, I, I was, like, crying in the like, subway, as one does. If you haven't cried in the New York subway system at least once, do you really live in New York? And so I'm, like, crying in the subway station. I saw this motherfucker in the train station! And I was like, I cannot talk to you right now. Thankfully, I don't think he saw me. It's very possible he saw me. But I was just like, I'm not talking to this guy right now. So I just, like, we did not make eye contact, but I did see, like, his face. Oh, shit. But yeah. Funny enough, I wouldn't even call that my worst date ever. Nowhere close.
Level up completed.
You can, I'm not bringing weird, dude. No. Nope. The worst was we had both taken edibles. But mine hit me a little harder than his hit him, so this whole time I was kind of high. And that made the whole thing extra awful. Dating app. I'm not capable of meeting people in real life. Or, I'm capable of meeting people in... I don't meet men in real life. I'm a little shy girl. I'm a little shy girl. I knew he was fucking weird. I shouldn't have imagined being high on a date. I'm gonna not do that ever again, honestly. Well, I didn't think he was gonna, like... I didn't think he was gonna be around that long. I could not have possibly anticipated that this date was gonna be 4 hours of him asking me really freaky questions about would I eat a child if I was stuck on an island. It was on Hinge. The thing is, though, this was entirely avoidable because he was weird on the first date, so I should not have done a second date. But he wasn't as weird on the first date. I've met nice people on Hinge, I think. If you ended up tied up on a container ship on your way to Hong Kong, I would believe you. Yeah, for real. Oh, the worst was, I told one of my friends about this yesterday, and then he said even more. No, why did I go back? He said even weirder shit in response, and I was like, bro, this is not an edgelord fest. I don't need... What prompted the second date was I just wanted to go on a date. That was kind of it.